I'm Joe Vitale Jr., and we're bringing music back to the people on Random Acts of Music.
Neck deep, losing sleep, so much chaos inside. Burned out, full of doubt, and all that's left me is fried. Still I stand up, I get tough, wipe the sweat from my eyes. I can still breathe, I still see, and you can't take that away from me. Fight it or self-destruct. Fight it or self-destruct. When life is crushing you down, just plant your feet on the ground and fight it or self-destruct. Too fast, losing track, everything's out of control. Close calls, through it all, gonna climb right out of this hole. Still I hold tight, can't lose sight, nothing gets in my way. I have to dig in once again, and I'll never stop till I win. Fight it or self-destruct. Fight it or self-destruct. When life is crushing you down, just plant your feet on the ground and fight it or self-destruct. Fight it. Just fight it. Just fight it. Just fight it. You can't stop. You can't stop what you can't control. You can't stop me. I never will self-destruct. You can't stop. No, you can't stop what you can't control. You can't stop me. I never will self-destruct.
We're here with Joe Vitale Jr. How you doing, Joe?
Good, how you doing today?
Joe, there's a story just behind the Joe Vitale Jr., isn't there? Or is it something you don't want to...
Well, no, basically I'm the son of Joe Vitale, the drummer, who's been with the Eagles and Joe Walsh and stuff, and
Yeah.
I just kind of pick up the junior and stuff, and I
Stuck with it.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
works.
Good thing.
It works.
Yeah, yeah. So, having a musical, you know, your dad being musical, did that normally just lead you into it, or is it something you found on your own?
A little bit of both, actually. When I was a kid, the big thing I wanted to be was an astronaut, and I think every other kid on Earth did too. But I was like kind of like obsessed with it. I was crazy about it. Then when I was 10 years old, Dad was playing with Crosby, Stills Nash, and I had an opportunity to go out and play tambourine on Teach Your Children on stage up at Blossom Music Center.
How cool is that?
And it was awesome. And the thing about it is I was scared to death. I'm like, now looking back, I'm like, how do you screw up a tambourine part that's not even fully mic'd? You know, but anyway.
Don't even get me started on
Right,
how you do
exactly,
that.
right. But so I went out on stage. It was like, I think it was a sold-out crowd, like 19,000 people there. And it just like, as soon as I walked on stage and everyone kind of got the bit with me going out there, it like was like, oh, this is a lot more fun, and I don't like
that was it. That was a defining moment right there
Right.
at 10. Would be. That would be awesome.
It was, and the thing is,
My first gig was way smaller. It was the YMCA,
Okay.
Mansfield, Ohio.
Okay.
We got $25 for 5 guys.
I've done those. I know how that
And
is.
glad to get it.
Right, exactly. No, trust me, I know how
So
that
that's
is.
a heck of a first job. So what did you decide on an instrument right then? I mean, not the tambourine. I mean,
Well, it's funny actually. All right, a couple years actually, but I still kind of was like, I was really enjoying it. Like, I still kind of like the astronaut thing at the same time, so I was kind of going back and forth. And then I started picking up drums when I was 12. And my parents never, pushed me to do anything music. They always wanted me to do whatever I wanted to do.
That's good.
They kind of figured I would go into something eventually, music-wise. But so I started picking up the drums when I was 12, and it really, I felt that I had kind of had a knack for it. That's it, being from the family I'm from too. It worked out nice. And so I really started enjoying that, played that all through high school and in college and stuff like that. And then during high school, then I also figured, well, I'd like to be able to go out in front and be able to play. And the person does, on drums usually doesn't get as much attention as the person in the front there. So I picked up guitar.
Oh, so it was like, okay, this is nice, but like nobody's looking at me.
Well, I love both. Don't get me wrong, I love
No, I
both.
understand that.
But so I started picking up guitar my sophomore year in high school, and I absolutely love that too. So they kind of, but my thing is always, I'm always will be a drummer. That's my primary thing. But I love playing guitar also. So that's, I do both. But that's where that kind of fell together, and then. Had some other opportunities that came, being able to go on tour with Stephen Stills in 1998.
Did you really? I mean, you went as a drummer or?
No, it's percussionist. My dad was playing drums, and I had an opportunity to play percussion with him.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great, and and I started my kind of career off there, and then a couple years went by, and I said, you know what? I've been writing songs since I was about 14 or so. I wrote actually a little song. I was like 11 or 12, I was called SRB Separation. It was, again, astronaut bass thing. It was still part of me then. But I started writing regular music when I was a freshman in high school and stuff. And so about around 2000, I said, I'm going to put a record together. And so starting in October of 2000 is when I started this project. So I've been working on it for almost 9 years now.
How do you work on an album? I asked a lot of guys this because there are guys, 3, 4, 5 years. How the heck do you work on an album for 9 years? I'd like to say, oh man, this is going nowhere.
Let me tell you,
let
me tell you, it can be very stressful and stuff. And you're like, you're sitting there, you're frustrated. You don't know, am I doing the right thing here? And I went back and forth on a lot, but I kept believing in this, that this was the way to go with this. And so I just kept pushing forward with it, and more songs kept coming into my brain, and I was like, okay, this works, and so I kept writing more, and eventually it just kind of fell together. I'm like, okay, I have enough songs here, and they all
start
work.
to feel good. In other words, I've written a lot of tunes. I don't like any of them. I don't know. I can never seem to say. I think out of all writing all these years, I like to play this. Is that how you feel? I mean, do you feel really good about the tune, and that goes on the album?
Well, it's weird. Like, I'll start with a demo and stuff like that. I'll work on it for a while, and then it'll start kind of forming together. I kind of hear it kind of gelling together and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, this is working. And so then I'll work. And then sometimes I have 2 or 3 songs that I'll have from writing this year over here this year, and then all of a sudden they'll become one tune. Like I have a song.
Okay, so you could grab sections of.
Right.
Now when you're writing, are the tunes that you write right away better than the ones that you have to agonize over for 4 years?
It's weird. Sometimes I'll have a demo. There's actually a song there called "Beautiful Girl," and I think it's number 3 or 4. Anyway, most of that is the demo. I sat down one day.
It just fell out.
I threw it down. Well, it's weird. Like the drums are in mono. I just kind of threw them down and stuff. And it came out just working beautifully. And I tried to beat it. I tried to go in and try to replay parts.
Tweak it and mess around with it.
And it never sounded the same. And so I'll have a few songs where the demo actually beats the master. But I typically, if I find that the demo's being, I'll just take those parts and move those in there. But a lot of times I've had some where I'll go through the whole process of writing a song and end up having 3 or 4 versions of the tune, and I go back to the original version and stuff like that. So
now you're played acoustically for us, but you normally work with a band?
Well, right now I don't have a full-on band. Well, here's what I've got. Right now I don't have a full-on band. I'm putting that together to start being able to tour this thing. So at the moment I'm just kind of doing stuff solo acoustic to get out there and play.
But you're multi-tracking here, so it's a full band sound on your CD.
Yes.
And when people want to see you play, how do they find you?
Typically, you can find out if I'm going to be playing through my MySpace.
I was going to say, how do they find you online?
Right. I have 2 primary ways. You can look me up on my main website, which is joevitalejr.com, and that's a JR, not spelled out. So.
Yeah, Junior.
Yeah, exactly. So it's joevitalejr.com, and that usually lists any tours I got coming up or playing schedule. I don't have a tour yet, but and then also you can look on MySpace, which is www.myspace.com/Joe Vitale Jr. And I'm on that probably more than anything else, and so I post everything on there. Usually it beats the website actually is my MySpace because that gets the most traffic. So.
Well, thanks for being on the show. We absolutely appreciate it, and you're going to come back and see us,
I'd
right?
love to.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you so much.
We lay beneath the starlight, down by the waves at midnight. I feel your body in rhythm with mine. Alone, down by the shoreline, and all we hear are the waves crashing into the cape, and all I see is the sky fading into your eyes. By the shoreline we made love. By the shoreline we made love. Your eyes are filled with desire, and I'm lost in the fire. Just close your eyes and hold me tight. You are the one, and this is our night. And all we hear are the waves crashing into the cape, and all I see is the sky fading into your eyes. By the shoreline we made love. By the shoreline we made love. Fading away into the night, lay down in the waves by my side. Stay with me tonight. By the shoreline we made love. By the shoreline we made love. By the shoreline we made love. By the shore